Hello?
Man, Kevin McFadden.
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Okay, I got you. Ready to go now. Yeah, we ready to go now. Bless the Lord. We ready.
You know, it's amazing, man. I called you, man. He's like, I didn't recognize the number, so I'm not gonna pick up the phone. Boy, that's good stuff, man. Oh my goodness,
You,
boy.
hey, well, you know the time we living in. You know, you got the hackers. You know, you got the sackers. You know what I mean? You got the bill collectors.
Oh
You
my
got them.
goodness.
You don't know that if that name ain't on there, that name ain't on there. No sir. Don't pick up.
You know, somebody called me the other day, and they said, "May I speak to Kevin?" I said, "It depends." They said, "Well, it depends on what?" I said, "Well, if you're a bill collector, I'm sorry, he's not available."
Hey, I've done that. I've done that. I've done that specific before. I've done
And
that before.
the funny thing is, it was a bill collector, but they had to laugh too.
Yeah.
I said, he said I've been doing this for a long time. He said, but I've never received a response like that in my life.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had to laugh. I said, well, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I mean,
man.
if you're a bill collector, he's not available now. If you're for something else, how can I help you? You know. So, hey, man, it's all about you, man. How you doing, man? Introduce yourself, man. Who are you, man? Tell us who
I'm,
you are. Tell
I'm,
us where you're from.
hey, Kevin McFadden. I'm from Durham, North Carolina, Laurel, Maryland, Elizabeth City, New Jersey. Uh, but I'm settled here in Maryland. Gospel recording artist, football coach. Love the young people. Love the Lord. Heard my cry, pity ever grown. Bishop.
Mm.
Good to see. Good to be with you today, man.
Man, it's good to have you, man. You know, and we not only do we know each other on a personal level, man, we got the same name, so you know I can call you and say, "Hey, Kevin, this is Kevin." You know that don't happen every day. You know,
Yep, and I can't act like it ain't me because that's my name.
right, right. Man, I tell you, man, when we were able to talk and touch base, man, we could have we could have literally stayed on the phone, man, all day. You
Absolutely,
know, but
absolutely.
man, I'm glad to have you this on today, man, and of course, you are revising and revamping and representing a song that you've done a while back, Kevin. And I want you to break that thing down, man. I was able to play that song a few minutes ago, and bless the people with it. But many people don't know that this song was done a while back. Why don't you break it down for us, man? Tell us about it, man. What is it? He that dwells, and tell us a little
Yeah,
bit
well,
about how it all came about.
yeah, well, what I did was I had an album sitting in the can called The Arsenal back in 2015, and thought about dropping the album, but I kind of held up on it. God said wait, so I did that, and so 2016 comes around, and He said something in my spirit about dropping that He That Dwells record, so I dropped that as a single, 2016, and it moved a little bit, and sat and moved a little bit. Then here comes COVID, and it has taken on legs of its own.
Mm.
And the God be the glory. And what's so about it, the album that I had in the can fit every circumstance in the midst of COVID.
Mm. Wow.
Fits every single circumstance in the midst of COVID. So when God told me not to drop that record, you gotta listen to what that says the Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so He went back and told me to drop that one single in 2016, and it didn't move.
Right.
But here's COVID in 2020. It's taking on legs of its own. Relationships are being rekindled from me being on air gospel in years past with the Kevin McFadden Redeemed record, and I'm just grateful for the things God's doing in my life, Coach.
Well, you know, I'm going to say, man, that of course, we always hear everything in God's time. At the same time, it was meant for you to do what you did back in that day and at that time. And
Yes.
ultimately, we need to understand that God had a plan. It's just like when Noah built the ark. You know.
You know what? I was right there with you, Bishop. I was right there with you, Bishop.
Yep.
Preach now.
Yep. Come on, man. What, like, man, come on, man. You know, we're going to open the doors of the church in a minute.
Preach. Didn't nobody want to listen to Noah. They thought Noah was crazy.
They didn't think he was crazy. They knew he was crazy.
They knew beyond the shadow of a doubt he was crazy. Nobody wanted to help him. He grabbing animals of every sort in pairs of 2s and 3s. And everybody looking at him like he done gone crazy, but it was for such a time as this.
That's what I'm talking about. See, so when you did what you did, it was for a purpose at that divine time.
At that divine time.
It was it. That's all.
That's it. That's it.
You know, and people.
There's so many different elements to this thing between Noah and what we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
It's incredible.
I mean, but it's
right now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of not seen.
Man.
See those things that you not as though they were.
That's right.
Walk in divine destiny.
That's right.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and soul. Lead not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he'll direct you.
That's
God,
right.
we can go all day.
I just told you that. I just told you that, man. I mean, I told him that we have to keep our conversation at a limit. You know, because I know me and I know you, and you know I always used to like going up to that microphone talking about I shall not be before you long, very long, but that still voice always haunts me. Take your time, Pastor. So I already know where we can go. You know, so the song has it has revamped and been revised, and it has been reestablished for such a time as this. Why don't you do this, man? How is it that outside of being heard and the video being seen on GMAP, how is it that people can show their support and go out and receive a copy of it, a download, a visual, or what have you? How can they go out and show their support by listening to and or purchasing a copy of this single?
Well, it's on almost every download platform, mainly Spotify, Apple Music, on all of them. Shazam, Amazon. It's there. It's there for the asking. It's there for the taking. You know, and I wanted to bless people's hearts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything I write is scripturally based.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's Psalms 91. So in the midst of your storm, just believe beyond the shadow of a doubt that if you know God for who he is, he will hide you in his tabernacle, in his pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
Deep away from confusion, deep away from the storm, deep away from obstacles, stumbling blocks, he will hide you. That's
right.
my main objective in this song.
Amen.
Regardless of what you're going through, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lead not to your own understanding.
Right.
You know what I mean? He will hide you in his tabernacle,
right.
in his pavilion.
Amen.
If you trust him.
That's right. Well, you know, I always tell people to step out on faith, and a lot of times, we step out on faith, and you know, some people will ask you, what exactly is faith? And sometimes you have to break that thing down and tell them to take the first letter of each word. For all I trust him. And just take the first letter of each word, and it works. It works for you. It works for me. It works for them. I mean, the phone is ringing. I know that we have Jay Richardson. I know you're there. Can I call you back? I'm actually in the midst of interviewing my friend and my brother, Kevin McFadden, with the brand new hit single. So I'm going to give you a call back shortly, Jay, if that's okay with you. Okay. All right. So as we continue to move forward and do what it is that we do, Kevin, I want to know how people can connect with you. How can you be reached? What's the process to connect with you? Is it Facebook? Is it website, social media, email, phone number? How can you be connected with?
Yeah, the website is in the midst of being built right now. That will be KevinMcFadden.com. That should be out by the end of the week. The real Kevin McFadden on Instagram, KMac Music, KMACK on Twitter, Kevin McFadden on Facebook. Email KMacMusic, MUZIC @gmail.com.
That's it. That's all. Hey, man, I know that we're going to be doing this again on next week. We're going to be able to show your face in the place. We're going to be able to take just a little while longer so we can prepare ourselves for what God has in store as we present the Kevin brothers. That's real unique. We're going to present ourselves as Kevin and Kevin to people around the world to prepare for our double dose of premier television. We're going to do what it is that we do, man. So, man, I appreciate it. I'm going to follow this thing up, man, with, playing a copy of your current single, man, which I'm just super excited about. He That Dwells. Kevin McFadden here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, man. I'm praying for you, man, and I want you to do the same for me. I love you, man. I miss you, man. Can't wait to reconnect with you. And you continue to do what God has blessed you to do, man, and that's be a blessing to his people. No matter what he tells you, it may not seem relevant in your everyday living, in your life today, but God knows what he's doing. He has an ultimate plan. Remember that your destiny was determined before your delivery. Everything else is just a part of the process. Listen, Kevin McFadden here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. We're going to break into He That Dwells on the #1 faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast platform in the country. That would be us. The GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. That's GMAP, the #1.com. Keep it locked. Don't move. We'll be back right after this.
In this trouble, Daddy walks with me and talks with me. Right at the crisp of danger, my daddy, he shelters me from the enemy.